Cancer, welcome to Illuminated Tarot. My name is Jenna. Today I'm here to do your reading for the month of February 2024. We're going to take a look at your overall general energy, what you may not see coming, and get some important advice from Spirit. Thank you for tuning in today, for sharing this space with me. It is an honor to be able to read for you. All right. Let's jump right in. Let's get some oracle messages before we pull the tarot, okay? Thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading, for all Cancers tuning in. Deep gratitude, Spirit, for your presence. Okay, Cancer, what is your spirit animal guidance for the month ahead? What do they have to say? Ooh, cardinal. Oh, I actually love seeing red cardinals. They're full of love. You need to live up to your fullest potential, Cancer. Explore new directions and take risks in order to grow as an individual. Change may be uncomfortable, but is necessary. I feel like you're really being called to change and grow in your dream life. Like as far as your work, I'm getting this very strong, like you have so much potential if you would just believe in yourself, Cancer. Be adventurous in the exploration if you're feeling a little like a lack of direction. Some of you are having a hard time channeling all of your talents and skills into one thing long enough to really see it prosper. I think you have one actual part of your life and your work that you love, but there's something new that's coming up or something that's been behind this that you're like, man, I really, there's something about this other thing that I'm feeling called to explore. All right, what is your angel number guidance? Ooh, those ones that drop out. Let's do it. 0707, compromise. Let go of what no longer serves you, Cancer. Stop holding on to grudges. Express your emotions and aim towards a compromise. Where there's a lack of understanding, it's best to just move on. The truth will set you free. Interesting. Keywords for the month ahead: self-awareness, forgiveness, professionalism, empathy, tenacity, and freedom. You could be going through a major change in your work life, okay? Holding a new vision. I'm seeing a theme, 1551. Focus on the good and maintain your concentration on the outcomes you desire. It's time to put your faith and time into your ideas and pursue your goals with all your might. You have such a beautiful, courageous, and brave spirit. Another keyword, or other keywords, about holding your vision. You have a new vision that's coming toward you that maybe has been simmering, but it's starting to materialize. And I think there's some fears around it, but you've got this like ability, right, to really take action this month and take risks. You could be signing up for new coursework, or you could be learning new skill sets just on the side, right? Perfecting your craft. Manifestation, abundance, money, dreams, vision, and prosperity. Ooh. You've got some big dreams that you're trying to pull in, okay? Maximizing your potential, Cancer. This is a big month. You're feeling a big nudge, I believe, to move forward with your dreams. Let's see, which deck? Ooh, I said Gilded Tarot. Let's go with Gilded Tarot today. All right, let's see what's happening. I like that. You're getting a lot of encouragement, right? To do it, to grow and to learn and to study. When I first started I've been studying tarot most of my life, but I got very serious about it a couple of years ago because I felt called to learn. I wanted to learn the language for my own growth. A lot of times that's what we do. We learn something. Like those of you, maybe I just got the idea of you started therapy and you gained so much awareness from it that now you were like, maybe I want to do that. It's almost as though whatever you found yourself passionate about that you experienced on a personal level, you want to take that into a professional level now. And you're trying to acquire the licensure or the certification, the qualifications to move forward with it, okay? So some of you are in that gap between, wow, I really have a new dream coming online. And then, okay, how do I make it happen? What do I got to do to build it? And for me, I went through a deep dive studying tarot in a linear way. In a logical way, literally note cards, literally classes. Because when I learn something, I study it like a student, like a scholar, and I do the research. So I'm getting that. The Spirit is saying, do the research, whatever it is you want to do or create that requires some foundational work. I think you're in that planning stage this month. Whoop! All right, we're going to go with it. Bottom of the deck, the Fool. Four of Wands. Whatever you are opening up into, it's really, really good. Really good. Challenge is the Hierophant. Recent past is the Eight of Cups. The opportunity this month is the Hanging Man, to take a pause. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, so you had, I think you had a brand new beginning in love. That the challenge is, are you going to go further into this commitment? This is wow, this is a different turn. Because I'm like, oh, go after your dreams. Let's do it. Come on. And then it's like, love just fell in. But you are in a new opportunity to build more stability in your life, okay? And what is it that your inner conviction, this is about your faith, your beliefs, your morals, your inner guru. What is your inner guru saying about your path and where you want to put your heart space? You're definitely opportunities to take a pause and come up with a plan, right? Lay the foundational work in this new beginning. It will help out a lot, okay? Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady. Yes, you're building something important in your life right now. The Sun. Ooh, you got a happy month ahead, Cancer. Ooh, wait a minute. What you don't see coming, pain. Okay, all right. Hey, there's a lot of curveballs. You're keeping me, the tarot reader, on their toes today. Which one are we going to go with? Let's go with Light Seers. All right. I'm telling you, you've got, maybe we're just working through some pain in a connection here, or just pain because it's like, oh, why can't, sometimes it is hard when we're going after dreams. That slow and steady grind, right? Towards our dreams, the star. And like, the hardness of it, right? It's not easy to create dreams. It's not. You first have to believe in it. Then you have to make a plan. Then you actually have to lay the foundational work. Then you have to start doing the work. And then you start seeing it grow. And then you got to nurture the growth, right? It's a lot. It's a lot of steps. Progress, right? I said this earlier today. Progress, not perfection. And let your friends help you. If they're not helping you directly, they can support you, right? Emotionally, through the highs and the lows, right? Lean on your friends this month, okay? Really lean on them. Talk to them, open up to them, share with them. You'll gain a lot of insight from those connections, okay? All right. They will reflect back to you who you are and what you need to do moving forward, okay? I think you really are trying to build more closer connections, okay? You want closer connections, Cancer. All right. I'm going to go straight to the Sun. The opportunity to be happy this month, right? To feel lighter. The King of Cups, the Seven of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. All right, you could be moving through you could have a connection here, because we do have the Hierophant in your challenge, and the Four of Wands over the Fool. So you could be opening up into a new opportunity here in an existing connection or in a new connection here. The Ace of Cups, I think you had new love come in. And there's a lot of love here and a lot of happiness, but there's been some fears and doubts that have come up recently. And I think you're trying to move past those efficiently and effectively, because it's like, okay, it's like trying to keep all the balls in the air, right, in our lives to make sure everything stays in balance. So there is the opportunity to really put your heart and soul into, and also I do believe this has a lot to do with you being guided by the things that you love and your own joy, your inner joy, right? And to not be afraid, to really go after the things that light you up, okay? Don't be afraid, Cancer. Take on these new things, these new endeavors with a sense and the spirit of adventure, okay? You are in a brand new beginning right now. And that requires a lot of hope and faith to guide you. And I think that you do have it, okay? So try not to let your fears overshadow you, because it will diminish your ability to feel happy, okay? You kick those doubts to the curb. No room for self-doubt, okay? The Fool. What's the Fool? Queen of Swords, the World, and the Hermit. I'm telling you, you are in a brand new cycle. This past cycle that you wrapped up, I think you were a lot more inward and withdrawn and almost disconnected from your emotions. I think you're trying to soften your heart space. Something made you kind of go cold in a situation. You've had some emotional distance. You could be dealing with air sign. Virgo is here. That's Leo, we have Taurus. There's a lot of like grounded energies here, right? Trying to ground the mental space, sphere, okay? Opening up, having all the hope and faith to guide you. And trying to, it's almost like you're trying to connect the heartstrings back. And that requires solitude. But I think you're coming out of this period, almost where you had to kind of be a lot more inward. You're wrapping that up. This is about opening up, Cancer. It's time to open up. Look it into your heart. What's this Four of Wands over the Fool? I do believe you're going through a major shift in how you operate. Yeah. You're like, but wait, I'm not ready yet. I do believe that you've been really working on manifesting more stability in your life, more security, something you can lean into, right? From the day to day. There's been a pause over making sure, it's like you could have been paused in a connection for a little bit, trying to work through and sort through some emotional disconnection going on in your connection. And almost trying to decide, like, do I want to keep working on this? Do I want to keep manifesting from this connection and building upon it? I think you had a choice point around somebody in your life about whether you want to continue or let it go. And I think that you're now in this stage in February where you're like, there's a lot of love here. I need to start trusting my heart. Okay? I'm getting that strongly. I got to start trusting my heart, Jenna, around what I've built. I think you have a lot of fear around love, around whether it's going to make you happy. But that happiness is from within you, Cancer. It's not external. I'm here to remind you of what you already know. You've learned a lot by being more inward. But you don't want to disconnect completely from your heart. That's not going to feel good. What is this Ace of Cups in the recent past? Love. Heart. What happened here in your heart space? Oh, yeah. Ooh. They said keep shuffling. That came out. Fell out. What happened in your heart space, Cancer? Yes. Page of Cups. Eight of Pentacles. Ooh, Five of Wands. Yeah, there was some uncertainty in a connection. Eight of Pentacles is really working hard through a conflict. I think there was some emotional regression. I'm not even getting immaturity. It's more like, oh, my stomach's growling. I'm sorry if you heard that. It was like a growl, a bear growl. I believe there was some fear covering up your heart around really letting somebody in. And you knew you had so much love for this person, but I think you showed up in a more detached way to protect, to self-protect. But now Spirit is saying, that's not sustainable for you. You have to open your heart here. If you really want to build stability in a connection, it's like you're trying to manifest, trying to remove some blocks in your heart space, Cancer. It's not easy because it's like that vulnerability is hard. Yeah, I think you're trying to work hard on bringing your heart fully back online because something made it dim. Something hurt you enough in the past that you're still carrying this pain in your heart, and it's created some sort of block on letting love in. You have this beautiful love around you. Something stable, something that you're trying to open up wide open to. But you've had so much fear around that. Like, well, if I open up completely, maybe I'll get hurt. Well, what if you don't get hurt? Are you hurting yourself by not even opening your heart completely? I know we all have a tendency as humans to self-protect. Okay? It's almost as though you're telling me I don't trust love enough, even when it's right in front of me and it feels stable and it feels good and it feels right. I'm still you're working on healing something that made you disconnect from your heart space because it was so painful. And I think that in the past, you're really trying to overcome this inner conflict, this healing, this inner wound, this block. Opportunity is this hangman is real. Like it's almost created like, yeah, it makes you, I think it makes you show up to this person Or this could be vice versa too. This could be their heart space. It makes them or you show up in this way of like, I sometimes feel like an option because there's so much of an emotional distance here. I feel it. It's palpable. And I think you're working on correcting that. Healing the heart. Trusting love. This month. That's why your opportunity is you are guarded, Cancer. 9 of Wands is the card in this deck. It's the card of boundaries. Look at her. Those boundaries are not very, Spirit is saying that you have like, you try to put up boundaries around your heart to be strong, but it's like you don't even want to put them up anymore. Spirit is saying you have an opportunity to give here, the Page of Pentacles, and to really start working on this heart block of yours. Because the longer you're paused in it and the longer you just reinforcing that it remain, the more you're going to feel like you're not letting the love around you in. You have an opportunity. The challenge is to really deepen, I believe, a commitment, but there's fear around really letting it in. Even if you're already in one, there's something that you have held at a distance here out of fear. But it keeps you from being really, truly happy. Or they are doing this. What's the Hierophant here? You gotta hold the vision of a whole happy heart. Page of Swords, the Chariot, and the Emperor. Yeah, you're trying to move through changing what you believe around what makes you happy and around healing your heart and opening your heart, Cancer. Page of Swords is doing the research, right? The Emperor is gaining more strength and power, and the Chariot is more confidence. It's like the more you go deep into your own spiritual beliefs and you start studying spirituality really, really deeply, I believe you're gonna, it's almost like you might be guided this month, or you've been in a process of going through deep, deep therapeutic work on healing the blocks in your heart from your inner child wounding. So you can actually bring yourself back online fully. I think you're working hard. The challenge is to work very hard on we have 3 majors with the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is a card of learning, of growth, right? Really learning the lessons. And the Chariot is moving forward with that new knowledge, right? And the Emperor is being empowered in that. And the Hierophant is your conviction. So I do believe you're being guided to go deeply into, almost in an analytical way, look at your patterning and your programming and your wounding and how you show up, right, in your attachment styles. A lot of you know what I'm talking about. I think you're going through this process in February. I'm sorry, I'm running low on my battery, but I'll make it. You're going deeply in this month, and you're actually going through this slow process of really healing your heart space and creating more stability in self. Wow. This is a beautiful, beautiful path that you're on, Cancer. I do believe that you're being called to heal your heart. Or someone around you is healing their heart, and it's affecting the connection, because you don't want to continue operating from an emotional detachment here. It's almost as though right? You're actually feeling the protection and the space and the energy and the love and the support to actually go deep this month and to really work on healing and removing the block that has prevented you from letting love in and letting the happiness in. And it's almost like you're cleaning up your trust issues when it comes to love. It's like whatever has caused you pain in your life, it's still there, and it's kind of gone unchecked. You know it's there. You know it's there. But the longer you dwell in that block and you keep your heart kind of caged and you don't open that door, that bird, like I just saw the bird in the cage. Like you have always had the key to open the cage, but it's like you're afraid. You're like, oh, what is going to happen if I let the bird out? It could be amazing. You could actually let all that love in because you've had this one little block. It doesn't mean you don't let love in at all. It's just the depths of it, right? You want to go deeper in your connections, but you're guarded. There's a shield. That cage is the shield. It's something that happened to you a long time ago. This is deep. The Hierophant is deep, or depths. Something happened to you young, okay? That wounded you enough. And slow but steady, in the near future, you're working through this block. You've got the support, I believe, of your friends. You could be seeing a therapist or feeling called to start working through this, reading books, learning more about yourself. It could be inspiring a whole new career, a whole new way of life, a whole new way of being, Cancer. You have such a beautiful array of emotions that want to be freed. 7 of Pentacles, 9 of Swords, and the 5 of Pentacles. You're continuing to really move through, I think, a lot of, there's been a lot of grief in your heart that I think has accumulated over time. And I think now you're looking back at it and you're really nurturing this inner child, this part of you that kind of got lost. I don't know if you got abandoned or had abandonment or neglect. I mean, you could have had the most loving parents, but they didn't love you in the way that you really needed to feel secure. You know, maybe they just wanted to control you, or they actually did neglect you. This is a deeper reading. I hope it's not triggering people, but it's more a matter of there's this inner part of you that is sad because it's almost as though you're kind of doing like this soul retrieval work this month where you're going to go in deep and you're going to start nurturing and talking and connecting with this inner part of you that's deeply wounded, that creates a lot of stress within you because it almost is like, it makes you feel like an outsider in the world. And you don't want to feel that way anymore. There's a certain sort of inner loneliness, whether it's you or someone that you're with, who's in your life, friend, family member, you see their block, like you see it. And I think that you're either helping to guide someone through their heart opening, or you're the one who's actually going through this process. Wow. So if you're not directly going through this process, helping someone through this process is reinforcing how much you've grown and how much more you're opening. It's almost, that's what happens, right? We first must do it and then we become the mentor. Okay. So it's different for all of you. Some of you are mentoring someone going through this process as a friend or as a family member or even as a partner. Others of you are directly going through this experience. I think your greater wish fulfillment lies on the other side of you healing some of your wounding. Okay? In your heart. Queen of Cups. I'm telling you, you're healing your heart space. See, I'm like, no, I didn't want to turn over. I knew I would do it at some point. Last reading this morning, I never do this, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going to throw on my jacket because it's snowing. I'm going to stay in my pajama bottoms. I'm going to do it. No one sees the lower half of me. So yeah. Yep, you caught me, right? Vulnerable moment, right? I think you want this, there's a tenderness inside of you that I think you want to set free. This love, right? This vulnerability. Then wanted me to look at it. Yeah, there's this vulnerability that's, you're going to just relight your heart space with a new level of vulnerability, and there's your wish fulfillment. Once you move through this heart block, and there's your opening. I'm telling you, all cups. Once you work on healing this block, some of you, it's someone who really hurt you, okay? And it just reinforced this narrative, right? Around your about being abandoned. You're really going to be working through your heart space and giving yourself so much love this month. And it's going to bring you so much happiness and fulfillment inside because you're going to start to feel more open, open, open. Not close, close, close. You're going to take that key. You're going to open that cage. You're going to let that bird out. You're going to start nurturing that inner child in you. You're going to start healing. And yes, it's going to be scary. But really lean on your family and friends for support as you go through this fragile process of inner growth. Let it happen. You have no idea what's ahead of you, but it's beautiful. Be brave. Be brave to go in, because I believe that once you do this, you're going to really start to experience, yeah, you're going in and you're reassessing your life and you're healing. This is going to help you open up into the empowerment and the energy and the stamina that you need to make your new dreams happen, your life goals, okay? It's like there's something about once you heal your heart space, everything will follow. Or you helping someone else heal their heart space. I'm telling you, some of you are paying it forward and some of you are going through this process personally. It's a process. Yeah, you've been trapped. You have been trapped, or you see someone around you that's been trapped, Eight of Swords, in their own grief, in their own disconnection of self. This is the card of a disconnection, distance. There's some sort of distance going on inside. In this month, Cancer, you're going to really go within and start healing. Start healing. You've been trapped in this feeling of grief because it's in your heart. It's like something broke your heart a long time ago. And I just got that. You're stitching your heart. You're stitching your heart back together with the help of people around you that support you. And you're going to have a brand new vision that comes out of this. You're going to get through this grief. And you're going to come out of this feeling of being almost like held back. I'm telling you, I've been seeing this as a metaphor. Even a friend told me about this too. Of just when you feel held back in life because of your wounds, because of the pain that you carry, if you carry that, it will weigh you down, all right? And then you start being pulled back and back and back, and then eventually you get called to actually go in, clean it up, look at it, stitch it up, heal it, right? Nurture it. And then it's like a catapult and you go, poof. And not only will your heart space open wide and you'll fall in love with life, you'll actually call in so much around you that will lift you higher. And you'll be living from a higher love vibration. I think that's what you want. You want to live from a higher love vibration, Cancer. And this is what you're working on this month. What a perfect month for it, right? With it being the month of traditionally, right? We got to have another thing to celebrate. Celebrate the love. Heal the heart this month. Let that be your mission. Or help someone through their healing journey. Okay? Someone that you deeply love. Don't worry. Everything you've been waiting for is on its way. Progress is being made even if you can't see yet the results. So much is happening behind the scenes for the creation of your dreams. Trust the process, okay? Trust this process, okay, Cancer?